I grew up in a very normal household, very loving. It was not a broken home. We played sports, we hung out, we ate dinner. My parents never split up. There was no trauma. From a very early age, I had known that I wanted to use drugs and alcohol when I got older, and the first time I was presented alcohol, I drank it, and I remember blacking out drunk. That night I knew what I wanted to do for the next few years of my life. I wanted to get drunk, I wanted to party, I wanted to feel this. I was so curious about other drugs that not too long after that, I went and bought weed, went back to my house and smoked it by myself just to feel different.
So I've been with Keller for a while now, and I've seen him when he's using and when he's not. And when he's using, it's not someone I recognize. But when he's sober and he has treatment and he's working his program, he's like a completely different person. It's the Keller I know and love. In our country, people are not getting the treatment they need or deserve. 22 million Americans need to be treated for drugs or alcohol, but only 2 million Americans are receiving treatment.
When I was 17, my drug use had gotten really bad. My parents shipped me off to a boarding school because no rehab would take me because I was 17. I didn't get the help I needed, so when I got out of there, I started using drugs again. And it got worse and worse every time. I didn't want to go to rehab. I didn't want my whole family to know I was a drug addict. I didn't want them to think that I was a lowlife. That's what a lot of people think, and that's why it's so hard to get clean, because nobody wants to own up to it. For me, it was very, very embarrassing to admit that I was a drug addict and an alcoholic.
People don't want to grow up and live on the streets and live for a substance. I don't think people hope for this. It isn't a lack of morals. These people need help, and I think it should be addressed. Most of us know someone suffering from substance abuse. It's a growing problem. 1 in 6 young adults are battling substance use disorder. This represents 16% of 18 to 25-year-olds. This event is September 23rd from 1 to 4 p.m. at Rio Vista Community Center. The City of Peoria is partnered with Crossroads Recovery, and Crossroads' main objective is to get people sober and help them live a better life. They'll sponsor some people and take them in when they have nothing, and they'll be able to get the treatment they need. This event is about ending the stigma that comes with addiction. There's been many mental illnesses in the past that have had stigmas, and once those were lifted, awareness and knowledge was made about those mental illnesses, and so people could step out of that negative mindset that comes with mental illnesses, and they could get the treatment they need. That's my goal with addiction. I want people to be able to get treatment.